first three records.
Yeah?
Yeah, those are the most creative period of my life.
South of Heaven. What would you tell the Kerry King from back then?
From the South of Heaven, Kerry King, I would have said, pay more attention and write better leads, you dick.
What about Show No Mercy?
Oh, I'm okay with Show No Mercy.
This is an experience of the void.
Hi, I'm Christina. Welcome to The Void. Welcome to a new weekly segment called 3 Degrees of Separation, where I bring together some fun archival stuff that has a weird connection. So today, first of all, we celebrate creativity. There's a few different artists in this particular segment that I think kind of represent the different ends of the spectrum. First of all, we have a really special artist talking about one of their early albums that I'm pretty sure may have had an impact on you. It's Chino from Deftones. What was sort of the most exciting Deftones album for you to put together?
Yeah. Wow, that's a good question. Probably Around the Fur, I think. Yeah, I mean, I was pretty young when that record came out. I was like 22. That record was so good because, we didn't have nothing to lose. We made our first record, and we didn't expect anybody to even like it. So the fact that we got a chance to make a second record, we didn't think about it and didn't plan it. The same thing I was kind of saying. It was just like, it was all in the moment, and we did it, and we recorded it. We wrote it and recorded it in 4 months. Mixed it and everything in 4 months, which seems like a long time, but to start thinking about something and finish it in that amount of time.
Actually wrap it up.
And everything was like, it was really very concise moment in time that we captured, and so that record is always special to me for that reason.
Now we have a band that became a monolith, became a way of life. I mean, anyone can recognize their logo. They're fucking huge. They're Slayer. You don't get much bigger than Slayer. And I think guitarist Kerry King has always been massively strategic about how to build it in to what it is, and also been really conscious of the relationship with the fans. So I'm going to throw over to frontman Tom Araya, who is talking about the most creative moment for the band, and then a little cheeky aside to Kerry. What have been the most creative periods in your life, do you think?
Would be the first three records.
Yeah?
Yeah, those are the most creative period of my life.
South of Heaven. What would you tell the Kerry King from back then?
From the South of Heaven, Kerry King, I would have said, pay more attention and write better leads, you dick.
What about Show No Mercy?
Oh, I'm okay with Show No Mercy.
When we started doing what we did, I would have been happy with Show No Mercy. If it didn't go beyond that, I was thinking, I'd be like, I have something to say. Look what I did.
And now Kerry talks about why he is happy being the AC/DC of thrash.
AC/DC made the same record 100 times. That's
And it's
kind of what we
still awesome.
do. I don't think there's anything wrong with being the AC/DC of thrash, and I think that's what we are.
Absolutely.
People like us for what we do, and I'm good at making that kind of music, so why should I veer in a different direction? I remember my memories as being a fan, when Judas Priest made some turns that they probably shouldn't have. And I don't want to do that. I consciously don't want to do that.
At the other end of the spectrum, we have Devin Townsend, an artist that has aggressively evolved from being kind of a dark, tortured artist with Strapping Young Lad to his most recent work, notably the Devin Townsend album Empath, which is basically this sort of joyous, enormous emotional experience, which really does feel at the other end of the spectrum. I came up with a ridiculous metaphor for this.
When I was 24, I needed to be where I was at, with just raging all the time and just exploding in all directions.
You were like a different kind of Muppet.
Yeah, but it was the same person.
You just moved through the Muppet band.
Yeah, I'm just...
You were Animal. You were Animal,
Yeah.
and now and like Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem remains one of the greatest bands of all time.
That's fucking
I'm so
great.
into it. Just to end up in that guy.
Janice
like
right now.
Collins.
Yeah.
I love Janice.
Yeah,
she's my favorite.
Whoa, man.
Yeah, I think we can all learn a lot from the Muppets, and I mean, Devin actually has an alter ego called Ziltoid, which is he's like a Muppet. So yeah, we talked about what his experience of being creative is.
And I've said this before, but it's worth saying again. I think I'll have a moment of emotional significance in whatever way, where you're in presence of something that's beyond you as an artist. And then, because as an artist, I feel like I've got vision, but I don't know what the vision is until it's finished. I just know that it's wrong until it's right. So I just keep picking away at it, and then during that process, certain things start to become important to me for whatever reason. And it's not even, maybe important's the wrong word, but I feel drawn to certain things aesthetically or sonically or like a type of sound or a type of font or a color or whatever.
You said that
right?
in that documentary,
Yeah,
and I thought
okay,
it was really
yeah.
interesting that
Yeah.
like talking about being into a certain kind of color or a certain kind of clean guitar sound, and that kind of changes with each album. And I thought it's almost like a seasonal recipe. Like
Yeah.
you're into picking these particular like things.
That's great.
And it's like, dude, this is what's on the trees right now. And
But that's
yeah.
actually really, that sounds
Yeah.
way more romantic than what I think.
It's just but that's not my brain.
No,
And,
that's cool.
It's just shit arriving.
I agree, but let me ask this. It's like, I can't help but feel that being an artist on some level is like a mental illness.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
100%.
It's almost like the goal is to run out of things to write about.
Yeah.
So the absence of stories seems like a great end game.
So that's 3 different experiences of creativity at the early part of their career, a consistency throughout their career, and a commitment to evolution. Hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Don't forget to subscribe for lots more content.
This is an experience of the void.